1889. London, England. The British Empire spans a quarter of the earth. Its capital is the richest city in human history. And yet, just east of the financial district, 500,000 people live in conditions that shock even hardened reformers. This is Whitechapel Road, the main artery through London's East End. Last year, it became infamous worldwide when a serial killer murdered 5 women in the surrounding alleys. The crimes exposed the brutal reality of Victorian poverty. Social researcher Charles Booth has spent 3 years surveying these streets. His map uses colour to describe the general condition of its inhabitants: red for well-to-do, pink for fairly comfortable, blue for poor, black for what he calls the lowest class, vicious, semi-criminal. Tonight, we walk where Booth walked, down Whitechapel Road on a Friday evening, bringing his map to life. As darkness falls over London's East End, we begin our journey down Whitechapel Road. Behind us lies the city. Ahead, a world Charles Booth is mapping street by street, colour by colour, from wealth to destitution. The Lamplighter makes his rounds. Lamplighters were employed by private gas companies or by the local parish councils. By 1889, there were approximately 30,000 gas lamps in London, requiring twice daily attention. Lamplighters walked routes of 80 to 100 lamps, working at dusk and dawn. Over 40,000 Jewish refugees have found sanctuary in Whitechapel, fleeing pogroms in Eastern Europe. They work through Friday's fading light, racing to finish before the Sabbath. Jewish tailors and seamstresses dominate the garment trade. Workshops operate in back rooms and upstairs spaces. Shop signs often included Yiddish or Hebrew lettering. The public house pulses with warmth and noise. For twopence, a man can forget the cold and his troubles. But Friday's wages, drunk away by morning, mean hungry children. Charles Booth will note this paradox: the pub as both refuge and ruin. Just steps from the main road, Booth's map turns black. The rookeries, 10 to a room, sharing water from a single pump, outdoor privies frozen in winter. Here, 1 year ago, the Jack the Ripper found his victims. Here, the desperate still hide in shadows. An old woman offers wilted posies for a penny. She has stood here for hours in the cold. She will stand here tomorrow. This is how widows survive in Whitechapel, invisible to most, essential to herself. Dock workers return from 12-hour shifts, their bodies bent with exhaustion. A wife watches from a window above. Dinner tonight is bread and margarine, perhaps a bit of fish if they're fortunate. This is Friday in Whitechapel. This is coloured pink on Booth's map. Night falls completely now. The great city settles into its divided sleep. Wealth in the west, poverty in the east. But in these streets, Charles Booth has found something his map cannot fully capture: resilience, dignity, life persisting against all odds. Charles Booth began his survey with a simple question: how many Londoners live in poverty? The answer appalled him: 30%, over 1 million souls. He created 17 volumes of maps and notes, colour-coded every street in London, interviewed thousands of families, counted every child, every room, every shilling earned. Within a decade, Parliament passed the Old Age Pensions Act. Housing reforms followed, labour laws, school meals for poor children, the foundation of Britain's welfare state. The lamplighter we met tonight would never benefit from these changes, but his grandchildren might.